We'll do an attack with the infantry first. Take down as much strength as possible. And then we can attack both of the flamers. Alright, that did the trick. Hello guys, and welcome to Panzer Corps 2. Panzer Corps 2 is a turn-based World War II strategy game, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Cyrenaica campaign. A big thanks to Slytherin for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out Panzer Corps 2, there is a link in the description to the Steam page. It's also 50% off for the base game, so if you've been waiting to give it a go, now is a great time to do so. Now with the Cyrenaica campaign, you can play it on both the Italian and the British side. And today what we're probably going to be doing is going in on the Italian side because there is a lot of new units and I really like the Italian units. But let's read the description for the Cyrenaica campaign. So in the summer of 1940, a German attack on Great Britain seems imminent. Seeking a place among the victors, Italy launches a surprise offensive from Libya into British-controlled Egypt. This marks the beginning of the North African campaign, one of the major turning points of World War II. Relive the opening stages of this historic conflict, Operation E and Operation Compass, like never before in this double-sided campaign. Who will we choose? Campaign length is 12 scenarios. Let's click play, and we'll be playing Operation E with the Italian forces. So command the Italian forces as they launch the ambitious Operation E, or take control of the British Army in the daring Operation Compass. The fate of North Africa is in your hands. So September 13th, 1940. The invasion of Britain by Germany seems to be a concrete possibility in the near future, and Italy decides to become heavily involved in World War II by invading Egypt, which is under British control. The attack plan includes a rapid advance, with the first stop being the city of Sollum. From here, a bridgehead will be established in the region. Let's go ahead and proceed. I'm going to try off and show off as many of the Italian units as I can within good reason, as I will need specific units to get the job done. But as you can see in this campaign, starting from the 6th scenario, core slots will decrease as the campaign progresses, giving you fewer and fewer possibilities to deploy troops. You can acquire additional core slots by completing certain bonus objectives, so be prepared. Right at the start, we obviously get our name in there, and then we want to consider our strengths. For this one, because it's sort of a large part of this campaign is like the hero system, we're going to start the game with an additional 3 heroes so that we can show off as many different traits as possible that those heroes give us. Alright, invading Egypt, 13th of September 1940, in Sidi Aziz, Libya. So, buongiorno, General. The attack order has arrived and the time has come. We are invading Egypt. We will show Italy as the right to its place in the world, and that place is alongside the great powers. Our troops are on high alert near the Libyan border, and everything is ready for the invasion. We will make the British eat dust. Our motorized divisions are grouped near Sidi Aziz, in the northwest of the theatre of operations, along with a deployment of aircraft, while other detachments are grouped near Bardia in the northeast of the area. The objectives for this mission are simple: conquer all British settlements in the region. Our primary objectives are to capture Fort Capuzzo and Sollum. There's one more matter to discuss. During the movements toward the Egyptian border, some detachments were overwhelmed by a sandstorm and are currently missing. If you have the chance to spot them, you can establish contact by bringing your units into close proximity, allowing you to bring them back under your command. So we now have our bonus objective, which is to retrieve the units dispersed in the desert, and the reward to that would be a hero. So this is one of the things that's very prevalent in this campaign, is the addition of lots of bonus objectives that give you heroes, give you more core points and stuff like that. Now, core points are really important because they're basically like a population cap that stops you from bringing in more units. Anyway, he will now let General Berti instruct you further on the mission. We will meet again once the operation has been successfully completed. Alright, thanks General Graziani. We'll take it from here. So this is the borderline between Libya and Egypt. This small British outpost has been on the border. Being built on the border, it would be an easy target for our forces. So this little outpost there. The retaking of Musaid and Fort Capuso would be a way to test the strength of British troops and an opportunity to deploy reinforcements. Additionally, capturing the airport would give the chance for our airplanes to extend their action range drastically. Once control over the border is established, the choice of how to proceed with the operation is in your hands, General. A frontal attack is possible both to the north and south of the plateau that divides the region. On the southern route, you will have to face a British outpost which is guarding the border. That's the Sollum barracks there. Or you could cut through the open desert, maybe a safer but indeed slower maneuver. A coordinated attack would be a good way to take the British by surprise and leave them no place for resupply. The African desert is a wide, open and hostile place, providing minimal cover. Additionally, this region features numerous elevations that restrict the movement of armoured vehicles. The British can rely on air support. Plan carefully the deployment of your forces. You have your orders, General. Let's show the world Italian valor. Alright, so we're now going to get introduced to our heroes. So this guy has 6th sense, so he's immune to ambushes, which means we should probably put him on a unit that, like a tank, that's going to be pushing ahead quite often. We've got Consolidator, Filippo Baron. You can consolidate more than normal strength into a single unit, thus increasing the maximum overstrength which a unit can have by +5. So basically, if you want to make like a super unit, he's good for that. We've got Giovanni Sergio? I don't know if that's supposed to be like Cherio. But Flag Killer, +5 attack when attacking enemy flags. So if there's a unit on a flag, we can do more damage to them. And replacements and battle cost as on deployment phase. So basically, he's cheaper to replace. And then we have aiming assistance, so +10% accuracy to all adjacent friendly units. So he's good to have like in a blob. And then we have ignore zone of control, so he can move even if he's next to an enemy unit, as if he's not, or as if he was, sorry. Then we've got hit and run. When attacking enemy units with lower initiative, do not shoot back. That's pretty good, actually. All right, and here we are. So I'll just take you through the UI quickly. On the left-hand side, we have our units that we'll be placing down shortly. Actually, all of these units here are ones that are already placed on the map, as you can see. But we can get rid of them and replace them with other units that I might want, which I may do in just a moment. But we got Prestige at the top. Prestige is used to buy units and replace reinforcements. And then we have core slots, and core slots is basically your pop cap. So each unit will take up a certain amount of core slots. So when I go into the purchase unit, you can see like this one, for example, this Italian infantry is 3 core slots, or the Italian engineers are 4 core slots. All of these like light vehicles are like 3 and 2 core slots, for example. So you have to kind of make your army based on that. But we're going to be able to get quite a lot of units in this first battle due to having 50 core slots. But yeah, in the Italian campaign, the core slots do reduce over time, like over the missions, which is pretty rough to deal with in the late game. The other thing we're going to have to consider at the start of the game here is assigning my heroes. So you can see that I can assign these if I want. So this is an L3 with a machine gun. What I'm going to do is actually disband these L3s with machine guns, and we're going to bring in L3 with the flamethrower. I think they're going to be a lot more useful. We'll get the L3 35 LF, and we could also bring in an L6. I might still keep one of these. The difference between these is one has slightly more strength, I think. You'll notice that one's doing slightly more damage against vehicles there, and the more expensive one also has better ground defense and air defense. So we'll just purchase the upgraded one. We've got an abundance of prestige, so we'll make good use of it. I will bring one of them in. But yeah, these two are flamer ones. That one's got the double machine gun. Then we've got the L640 here with its auto cannon, which should be pretty handy. Other good units are the motorcycles, are pretty good. The tricycles, I noticed that these were really, really strong. So we'll definitely purchase another tricycle, and we're also going to be buying one of these as well, the AS-42. I'd also probably want to bring in some more aircraft. Got a big range of artillery as well that we could make use of. We'll bring up the Saeta, the MC200. Let's do that. Because there is going to be a pretty strong air force that we're going to have to deal with. We do currently have a CR-42 Falco, which is also relatively strong. Use up a small amount of slots, so I'm actually just going to bring up another one of those for 2 points. And we'll have that over on that airfield. Cool. As we head towards Et Tafud. So we've got infantry, including cavalry, which is really cool. We've got Italian cavalry unit over here. And we've also got some engineers there, and then the Ascari del Cielo. What you can do, I think, is read up on these. If I have them deployed, I can click down here and we can go to history. It kind of tells us like when we had them, what sort of damage they've been doing. You can find out all the information about what they do. So this one's a paratrooper. So it can paradrop from air transports on any land hex. So that's a pretty handy thing to do. And then if I go to this one, for example, so that they've got force march, so +1 move point with a 3-turn cooldown. It's like a special ability that they have. You also notice traits are in the bottom left here. So this one's got rapid fire, so 1.5 times more shots than normal. So consequently deals 1.5 times damage to the target. And that one can overrun as well. This one ignores entrenchment, which is why it's useful to have the flamer. That one's got rapid fire, that one's got rapid fire, and that's a recon. So recon units, they can move multiple times, but I'll get into that once we actually start the game. Let's just make sure I get the rest of my stuff down. I might bring up another Breda. We have plenty of AA to defend us against this pesky enemy aircraft. I could also bring up the M35. We'll do like one more aircraft. So this is like a tactical bomber. Cool. Alrighty, let's just end the deployment phase and we'll hide that window and we'll get things underway. So we need to go and take Et Tafud. We don't technically need to take that. Our main objectives are just Fort Capuzzo and Sollum. So we can get there any way we want. We don't have to take these flags, but taking the flags does give you prestige, which is useful for getting more points, especially for like later missions. This kind of carries over, so it's kind of important that you do make good use of that. Also, if you move something by accident, like I just did there, you can click the undo button. You can turn off the ability to use undo, and you can also give yourself more undo capabilities if you're prone to misclicking. You can do that in the advanced options when you open the campaign, so that's pretty handy. But for this case, I just accidentally did that. So it's left click to select, left click to move, and then left click to attack. So everything is left click, and then right click is deselect. What I'm going to do first of all is we're going to advance with our recon to see what's up. We can see this unit here. And I know that this unit is pretty good against the Morris CS9. Although there is the Vickers Mark II here as well. So we got some of these like new British units that have been added as well. We'll go ahead and take that on. We're only going to do 2 damage. We didn't take any damage, so that's really good. But let's move up with our tanks. We've also got to go find the enemy, or sorry, not enemy, the friendly units that have been lost in the desert. So there's one here. So we're going to go grab that one. We can also move up our troops in trucks, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to make sure that we are covered by AA. Let's get this tricycle to start coming down the road here. Yeah, the nice thing about recon vehicles is you can move them multiple times, whereas any other unit, you basically have to move them only once. And what we'll do with these guys is we can embark them onto a aircraft, although I don't think in this case we actually have available transports to use those. I do have a truck though that can use for my artillery, so we could bring those up. Let's get the cav to move up. We can also go for an attack onto this vehicle with our aircraft. I do have a bomber that's going to do quite a lot of damage there. I wonder how much this would do. Oh, is this is just a recon? Yeah, this is a recon. So what we can do with the recon is we can use it to kind of try and spot where our lost units are. So we'll go ahead and do that. With the M200, we can go and attack Gladiator. We'll do that. Could actually take a lot more damage than I would have liked there. But we'll come in with the Falco and hit it as well. Should have brought the Falco over sooner because we can get the mass attack bonus. Mass attack happens when you have multiple units that are adjacent to the same unit. Also, it might have been a good idea for me to bring these with trucks. I'm going to put a Falco to cover my tanks, and we'll use this to bomb. I believe that did a good amount of damage. So you can see like this one has a truck that it can use. I should have given this one a truck. I can take them back to one of these places and upgrade them so they do have trucks. Like this one already has a truck. If I wanted to, we can just move that back to Bardia and give it a truck so that it's not going to be slow for the entire mission. So that's going to be all of our units moved. You'll notice underneath the strength of the unit, the strength is basically the health of the unit. We've got like an attack symbol and then also a move symbol. With the move symbol, it means the unit can still move. And with recon units, it basically stays there all the time if you move them multiple times. But with other units, it's like they've already used up their movement. And then the attack is a separate thing entirely. So you can basically move once and attack once with every unit that's not a recon. Whereas recons can obviously move multiple times. We'll move on to the next turn. We'll see what the AI gets up to. So he tried to bomb my tank there, but we covered it with the fighter. So that's doing a great job there. Very nice. It's very much limiting the amount of damage we're taking. Oh, poor little. L3 is taking a lot of damage. What we're going to do is we'll surround this unit. So we got him encircled, which is good. And that means I'm going to come around here. I'm going to hit it with this one as well. We did 5 damage. That's huge. We'll finish it off with the flamethrower. As for this unit, it doesn't have any base experience, so we're going to click the replace button. This is basically like reinforce. This is going to reinforce it to 9 strength. Right, next up we'll attack this unit. And we can even get a flanking attack in with the L3 35. Obviously early in the war, you know, there's a lot of these like armoured vehicles of the British that aren't particularly well armoured, so they are vulnerable to machine gun fire. I will let my cavalry capture El Tafud, and that's going to give us 50 prestige, as you can see. I'm just going to keep my tricycle over here on the high ground. And yeah, I'm going to move this back to Bardia just to give it a truck. Although I might need more core slots in order to do that. We can also move these guys back because they're not going to be particularly useful without a truck as well. So maybe I can just disband them. Let's go meet up with the first of our units that we've found. So they've been reassigned under my commander willing to fight as auxiliary in this battle. So basically, an auxiliary unit is only available for the current battle, whereas all of your core units, which have like a little chevron over the number, they are carried over to the next mission, including the strength. So say this one's taken damage. If we move into the next mission straight away, we would end up having like a 9 strength unit instead of a 10 strength unit. So that's kind of important to pay attention to. Okay, let's sort out the enemy aircraft. I want to kill this gladiator. This unit can just come all the way down here. Just keep recon for me. I reckon we can probably kill it. We can use the mass attack here. And goodbye to the gladiator. Cool. I'm going to take the opportunity to just move up my AA as far as I can. And I'm tempted to do the same with my infantry, but the problem you have with doing this with the trucks is it makes them very vulnerable to air attack. Okay, next up we want to bomb something, so I'm probably just going to bomb this tank. And I'm going to reassign... Actually, I'll probably just move the Falco over here and we can attack the Blenheim. We're doing quite a lot of damage to the British Air Force, which is great. Alright, let's end the turn. So notice they're strafing my trucks. And the trucks will take extra damage, like usually that wouldn't do as much damage as that. But my AA wasn't set up, so I wasn't able to basically stop that from happening. Why it's so important to have the trucks so they can get to the front line quick enough. Alright, so I can disband this unit. And I'm going to disband that unit as well next turn. And you'll notice we're getting our core slots back, and we also, I think, get our prestige back for those. And then I can purchase in the units that would be more useful. I'm just going to move up here. We're going to hit that with the artillery. It's always good to hit units with ranged attacks beforehand because you can lower the suppression or like increase the suppression of an enemy unit. And suppress units basically are less effective. I think we're going to be using my 20 mils on the AS 42s here to get the job done. Just checking it is an AS 42, it is. We can also bring up the L6. And we're going to get a mass attack in there because I've got a unit next to it. We can also get a mass attack on this one. And because that's retreated, I should be able to get a free hit on with the motorcycle here. And we'll keep heading down in this direction to see what's going on. It's kind of tempting to move around, but 4 damage is big. Oh, nice. We did 5 damage. That's very, very big. Well, there's a chance for my L335 with the machine gun to do an extra couple damage here. And also, if we're lucky, it might do 3 damage. Oh, we were unlucky and it only did 1. Okay, so now we're coming up on a town. These guys are dug in. You'll notice in the bottom left there's like this entrenchment thing. There's a base entrenchment which is based on like the tile that they're on, and then there's like extra entrenchment which basically levels up over time for every turn that they're stood on the tile. So we can get rid of that base entrenchment by hitting them with artillery or airstrikes, and then we can also attack them with flamer units which ignore entrenchment as well. It's just kind of the plan. We will just continue slowly moving up here. We want to get my tank into position as well. I think what I need to do, first of all... oh, also, we should be assigning our heroes. I don't think I assigned any of my heroes, which is a bit of a mistake. So, I think we have to be at the beginning of the game, we can do that. I brought all those heroes and I didn't use any of them. Okay, we'll just keep an eye on that left side with the recon plane. One bomber can come in and finish off this tank. Or not. I think it's time to rebase over here. Okay, they went for my bomber. He's getting hit by the artillery. Ooh, ouch. The only good thing about them doing that is like, yeah, okay, I lost my artillery unit, but truth be told, like they've left their position at the outpost, which leaves them very vulnerable. And we're going to get the mass attack ×2. Keep pressing on. You can capture the outpost. This artillery piece isn't really that effective. You can see that did absolutely nothing, but it is because it's like really low on health right now. Okay. Let's maybe bomb them. Although it's not really worth me bombing those units. Also, I probably shouldn't do that next to the enemy aircraft. We should make sure that we deal with their aircraft first. I'll use a Falco to shoot down the Gladiator, and then we'll use the 200 to engage the Blenheim. Oh, the Falco didn't get the job done. Take on my part. Okay, good. Keep an eye on things as we move up. Right, these are engineers. But engineers also ignore cover, so you can see we're going to do like 3 damage there with the entrenchment, which isn't too bad. Oh, we took 5 damage though, that's pretty nasty. Unfortunately, attacking into them like this is taking us, or giving us a lot of losses. But there's not really any other way around it unless I can get some decent artillery or bombers over here, but we don't have the bomber in the right base. Also, the other thing that I should have done is made sure that my L3 was next to this unit before I launched that attack, so that my engineer unit here got a mass attack, because now they've taken a lot of damage for free. I can move on to the airfield here, so we can get rid of their airfield capability at Musaid. Also, it means that I can rebase to Musaid now. I will dismount there and make sure that we have the skies covered. I'm going to work out my way around this one. I think we take the mass attack bonus for the... We got a mass attack times 2 there with an encirclement. Really didn't do as much damage as I would have liked. Well, that did extra damage. Okay, cool. Very good. Alright, let's end the turn. So if this artillery hits a unit that's being attacked, it's not ideal, but otherwise we're all good. Okay, so this unit we're going to upgrade so that it has a truck. That's just going to cost me prestige. Okay, good. And then we can bring that back to the front line momentarily. Right, we can now move all the way down here with my bomber. So I'm actually just going to rebase here for this turn. And we didn't really get attacked by anything. I think I'm just going to rebase everything I've got down here. I can just go and sit on Fort Capuzzo. Oh, because that moved on top of it, that worked out all right. I can switch the mode of operation here so that it becomes AA. I should do that. Make this attack. I might be able to force them off with consecutive attacks. I've got to be a bit careful because we don't want them to get killed now that they have some experience. Alright, I can kill that with one attack from the cavalry if I'm lucky. Good. We'll hit that with the 20 there. I was hoping that would do too, because then I could have killed it. What I'm going to do with this unit is we're just going to leave it at a Tafud. I'm not going to use it for the rest of the battle. In the next battle, what I can do is replenish it at the start of the battle because it's a lot cheaper rather than trying to do it this battle and make use of it. I don't think it's worth it. I can use Tricycle to kill this though, maybe? Yeah, nice. Cool. Tricycle gets the job done. Brilliant. Alright, I think continuously attacking here is not a bad idea. Yep, good. That was 2 damage as well. Nice. Since we have extra core slots available, I should probably purchase a couple more units. So I can purchase this unit. I think this is a paratrooper plane. So if I wanted to, I could have brought that. I can also bring big bombers. Should we bring a big bomber? I have to deploy it here and then rebase it down here. What other units could we make use of? Specialieri. Nice. Grabbing another L3 is a good idea. L6, sorry. It might be worth just holding on to that. I don't have to deploy it right away. Once we capture Fort Capuzzo, I can just deploy it nearby there. Nice. Okay, let's end the turn. Actually, I think I had attacks I could have still made. It's okay. Need to make sure that I use the next unit button. Alright, so this unit is in dire need of replacements. I don't think it has too much experience, so we're just going to click replace rather than elite replace. Elite replace, it costs more, but it doesn't take away your experience when you do it. One cool thing about this campaign is, like, in this, from like the second mission, you get introduced to sandstorms, which can like prevent your ability to use aircraft. So you don't necessarily want to overinvest in aircraft too much. I actually don't think I can more units here. So what we're going to do, well, let me just see if I can find the unit. Oh, we found that one. Okay, cool. Oh, and because we put the plane next to it, it completed the objective. That's pretty handy, actually. Lead them home with the aircraft. I'm going to want to bomb these for sure. And I'm probably going to want to upgrade these. We'll do elite replacements. They're going to be quite useful moving forwards, I think. I'll have my infantry move on to that tile and capture Musaid, which is going to give me an extra 100 prestige. From that tile, we actually have a pretty good attack against that dug-in unit. Like, I might as well mass attack this unit. We're gonna move these cavalry to attack the artillery. Move this tricycle to attack that artillery. I should ideally be using this first. We should probably take out that Blenheim. We'll go and mass attack it. Ah, that was close. We almost killed that. Would have been really good if we did. Okay. Now for our big bomber. So this big bomber would be useful for breaking down this defense. So kind of what I need to use it for. Otherwise, you can see that all it's going to do is suppress. So I should use it ideally before I attack a unit, because suppression gets recovered at the end of every turn if they're in supply. If they're surrounded, then they don't have supply. And therefore they can't like replenish their attacks. You'll notice that there's like these white dots underneath. That's how many attacks that a unit gets. If they're surrounded, that doesn't get replenished. The encirclement's super important in this game. Got to be careful in situations like that where like a tank attacks your infantry, because my infantry doesn't have much like hard attack value. It's just a free attack basically for the enemy. So let's go ahead and do a bombing strike this time on this unit. Get rid of their defensive bonus. I'm probably going to move up to 4 Capuzzo, and then what we can do is deploy my unit. Ready to attack further down. We've also got to bear in mind that we do have a turn limit here. Oh, where's my recon? Go find the last one. Should be down here somewhere. There it is. If we remember roughly where it is, I can put the plane next to it and we can do it that way, which is handy. We'll do an attack with the infantry first. Take down as much strength as possible, and then we can attack both of the planers. Alright, that did the trick. Nice, okay, so we pushed them off of that tile, which is great. I don't know if I want to replace these. I guess I will, just to make sure they don't die. I should probably do the same with these as well. What's their experience like? It's kind of an elite replace. Let's get the mass attack going there. Nice. Enemy gladiator there. Like, we can try and shoot that down. But some of my aircraft are getting pretty low on health, so I've got to be a bit careful. But I can get a 2 times mass attack there. Okay, took them down to 2. I haven't been using this. I need to get them back to the front. I think this unit we just push over, get the encirclement there. Good. Put that in the way so they can't just go for this infantry unit. Probably worth me just attacking this unit. See if we can do 1 damage there. Nice. Let me just click through next unit. Might as well make that attack. What I could do is actually just drive this all the way back and sell it, because I'm probably not going to use it. Because they have high ground, they have really long range up there. Trying to think of like a fast unit. I think this will do the trick. We'll just use the L3 to kill that. Or not. Can definitely have the cavalry hit the artillery. Oh, nice overrun. I'm going to get an overrun here as well. Oh, very, very nice. So overrun is basically an ability that some like heavier tanks have, where if you attack a unit and you don't take any damage, you can basically move it again and attack again. So I managed to double kill there using overrun, which is great. There's not really much reason for me to have to kill this, but I'll make sure it's out of the way. We're making reasonably good time to this objective. We'll take out the Sollum barracks on the way here. Where is my recon again? There it is. Alright, so we just go next to this. We gain the hero, Pietro Arisca. Unyielding, cannot be suppressed by enemy fire, and adjacent enemies attacking other friendly units will attack this unit instead. So it's good to have that on a tankier unit. Cool. Right, we'll move up here, some pressure onto that unit. Right, now they're in a terrible position. Also move my own unit into a terrible position. Is there a unit that I could do a bombing here? I could bomb that one initially to get some suppression down. And that way we get basically a free attack there. Change the mode and I can move this up and attack with that as well. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna attack with these guys. I can't attack back because it has no attacks left, you might have noticed. We'll just hit it with a Falco. Cool. I'm going to start bombing the Sollum barracks. They're pretty dug in. We'll take out that unit that's low. Or not. Just start hitting that wasp as well. Nice. Now we can move that after. This is a recon unit, it can move after attacking, which is pretty handy. We're going to leave those where they are. Keep moving that AA unit up. And then I'm just going to click through to next unit. We'll go around over here just to see what's up. I don't think there's much there. Everybody moved. I really don't like my motorcycle. There's a good chance for me here to fill up this Blenheim. Unfortunately, we didn't really hit it as hard as we could have. Check out the defense of Sollum. There's still a reasonable defense here that we got to break through. What could be a good idea is if I break down the defense at the airfield. Actually, no, we should keep hitting the Sollum barracks. And I need to take out this wasp, so we'll hit that. I shouldn't have moved to that before I attacked. Because it was going to run like that afterwards. Oh, we got the overrun as well, so that's pretty good. Having lower strength does, like, reduce the amount of damage your units do, so you do have to be a bit careful about that. Gonna use that to cover Brock. I'm gonna bomb them, stop them from digging in so much, and then maybe I can actually hit them with some units. Bring up my flamethrower up, get a high ground attack. Perfect, alright, that does the trick. I guess rid of that unit. The AI will replenish units, so you do have to be a bit careful about it. Alright, we'll just ban that unit. This might be time to elite replace that, because we're probably going to use those motorcycles quite a bit. Yeah, we'll elite replace that as well. Make sure I get that damage onto the wasp. We actually took some decent damage there. Is a surprise. That's everyone moved. Oh nice, one of our units leveled up. So he's gained a star, which is increased accuracy and minus 4% accuracy to enemies attack in this unit. That's pretty nice. Do you want to kill that wasp? But we do need to get a move on and attack Sollum. What we'll do is we'll rebase this back here. You can rebase. Oh, is this... maybe I can't use this airfield. That might explain it. Yeah, that's... okay, interesting. Because this is like a forward airport, not like a main base airport. I can't use bombers here. So I should have used something else. Right, we've got another good target for our aircraft. Leaving them on 1 health is tragic. That's good damage. We can probably finish off with the tricycle. Very good. I technically don't need to attack this outpost, so keep just pressing on. I'm gonna hit this wasp with the bomber. That'll do. Wonderful. Okay. Is that basically everyone moved? In the big bomber, it's not really in range, so we'll just have it sleep indefinitely. I'm not going to let that attack. We'll just kind of chill. There's no point in taking damage on it, I don't think. This one we can move around. Nice. That one leveled up as well. It's a shame we're always doing like less damage than I'd hope. Alright, all of these units, because they're like recon, they can move after attacking, which is pretty handy. That unit's getting pretty low on health. Oh, my poor tricycle. High ground encircled. Not ideal. Not quite what I was going for there. Switch to infantry mode. Gonna move this down here. Run away! I should probably make room for the engineers. We'll move this up and I'll kill off that unit. Nice, we're going to get an overrun there, which is great. We'll get that mass attack going, but before we do, what I would like to do is get my aircraft to engage. Fortunately, it looks like we're going to be in a bit of a weird spot. Cheeky dogfight going on. Gonna move these up, make sure they dismount when they arrive, that's fine. Is this the flamer? It is. If the elite replace it, we can use it to break down the barracks whilst we go for Sollum. We'll finish off that unit with the bomber. I'm going to keep a recon unit next to this so that next turn we get the recon buff. If you have a recon unit next to another unit, you get damage boost. It's pretty handy. I'm gonna put that there to encircle them. I think we're good. Let's move on. Be careful with these units because they can do quite a lot of damage. I have them fully surrounded. He's going to do the most damage. Cool, that is ours. Onwards we go. I've got to break down the airfield more than anything. These guys can elite replace because they've already got experience. Okay, good. How I'm going to get into Sollum, I'm not sure. Because we don't really have a way to break them down very easily. My bomber is not exactly in range. None of my fighters are in range either. What's the biggest artillery piece I can bring? I need the best soft attack. I will just wheel that to the front nice and quick and get some shots onto Sollum. We can attack Sollum every time anyway. Just going to cost us a lot of damage to break down the entrenchment. We need to get them out of the encirclement too. I mean, we can at least... we'll just have that fly over here. I can have these kind of just move out. cover the front. Gonna elite replace them because I'm probably gonna have this one with the veterancy move up to Sollum to provide the recon bonus. Good surrender. I'm gonna be careful my boys don't surrender, to be honest. And they attacked my bomber. Alright, let's go ahead and move up here. To do this the old-fashioned way. I need to choose a unit that's not going to take as much damage. Because like we can do an attack with this, for example, and then fall back, and that will like break down some of the entrenchment they have. But it's not really very efficient to do it this way because obviously it leaves them on really low health. But at least bomb that one. I can move this forwards and attack, move it back, move this one forwards, attack. I'm just going to replace because they didn't have any experience. Sollum's holding on. Move around there. I can move this one in because that's the flamethrower one. It's going to be tense finish. 2 turns to go. Got to push him out of Sollum. That's literally our job now. Let's see. Move that out of the way. Engineer unit actually took a lot of damage. Well, I can move forwards and attack again with this. Move back out again. Have my flamer come and do some damage. We're slowly like whittling them down. See that entrenchment bonus going down slowly. I'm gonna need these. Should have probably thought about this beforehand. I need that artillery unit closer. I can put them there. Next turn I can use them. Yeah, I'm not the most efficient end here because I really need the artillery to break down Sollum, but I didn't have it at the front line fast enough. But I think next turn we still kill them. Or not. Well, we might surrender them, I guess. Let's see, we want to hit them with this. Then we want to flame them. Hit them with these guys. And there we have it. Boom. Job done. Alrighty, well, that was a little bit close for comfort, but yeah, just my fault for not having the artillery in position. The first phase of the invasion has been completed. We have successfully established control over the Egyptian border. Sollum and its port will be crucial for our advance along the coast towards Sidi Barani. However, we must first gain control over the Hellfire Pass, located in the desert hinterland south of the coast. Once we have secured it, nothing will be able to stop our advance. Prepare for deployment to the operational zone. And there you go. All right, that's the victory. Well, in the end, yeah, made a meal out of it, but it was fun. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed that look at the Cyrenaica campaign. Yeah, great fun. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the description to go to Steam. Remember that it is 50% off the base game until 20th of March. I think the DLC is also on sale for 10% off, so if you really like the look of this DLC as well, you can pick that up too. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at Panzer Corps 2. Thank you very much again to Slytherin for sponsoring this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.